eventually we're gonna wrap. I got a new design, whole wrap design coming for the car. I don't know if we're gonna do it this season or not, but if you're on my Instagram, you can see the new suit, the racing suit, and the shirt designs. Eventually, we're gonna do that. So the car's gonna look like that, trailer's gonna look like that. You know, we're gonna have the suit. We're gonna have merchandise, shirts, crew shirts for everybody to wear as we kind of figure our identity out a little bit. We gotta get the sponsors on there so we can keep racing. This ain't cheap. They're about $150,000, $160,000. You buy one of these cars, and you want to take it out and do this type of racing. But we found out last year very quickly that these cars as delivered aren't competitive at this level. Now other like super stock, there's other classes that they could be competitive in, but not factory supercars.
When you got the car, if you care to share, because obviously the car's nowhere near that now. What was the horsepower when you got it from Dodge?
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Horsepower is a closely guarded secret. You know what? Really though, they it's weird because they advertise as 630 or something. Like if you look at NHRA's website, they say it's like 630.
The Dragpak.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, they're probably closer to 1,400 horsepower at the crank. We're making quite a bit more horsepower than that now. The actual number, we don't really talk about the actual numbers, but we've a couple $100,000 worth of money invested into this thing to where it is now. We would have been in the 7.6s for sure in Gainesville had we had a proper run in, but we're here in Bradenton now. Air is a lot different, it's a lot thicker, a lot heavier, but I would say we should be top 5, as far as the numbers, but this engine needs to be completely rebuilt every 50, 60 passes. Same thing with the transmission. These things we run them right on the edge, and timing wise and everything else like that, and we wear stuff out. And the fastest it's ever going to be is after a fresh rebuild. Throughout the season, things will start to wear. Things you can do to freshen them up a little bit, but towards the end of the season, you're just hoping to make it without blowing motors. I'm sure you saw in Indy, all the the Cobra Jets, everyone was popping their motors because it was the last race of the season. They had a lot of runs on them. That's why it's important you have a couple of different motors that you can kind of swap out. You see big teams like DSR and Skillman, and they have 4, 5, 6 engines, and they'll swap engines no problem.
I think that
Damn, Jim or Craig over there fires up his dang Cobra Jet. No, I'm just kidding. The car is always under development. There's always things that we're doing. Suspension, transmission. We just changed the transmission here at the track yesterday. Searching for better gear ratios. We're always looking at data. We're looking at our 60 foots, looking at our 8 miles. Where we're picking up mile an hour. Where do you want to make your power so we can shift things around. We changed cams and did a bunch of work on the motor. So just really depends. Some guys will make better 60 foots. Some guys will make a mile an hour on through the 8th. Some on the core on the back half or whatever, right? So they're all a little bit different, and every single motor is unique. It's not even something for Chevy, Ford, or Dodge. Like every single motor, all Dodge motors are all different. Just a little variances kind of here and there, and you'll have some that'll run a little bit better, make different power, and that's why we have to test all the time. These, like I say, these motors only have a certain amount of runs on them. So you're balancing how much money do you want to spend, how competitive you want to be, and that's a big deal. Like I say, like these big teams, millions of dollars they spend, because they'll blow a motor, they'll run it right to the edge, and they'll spin it as high as they can, and they'll blow a motor, and then they'll change it for the next race. We don't have that budget, so we're always balancing, trying to, qualify in a good position, and if we get some rounds, get deeper into it, then we got to make the call. Do we really want to run the car right to the edge and risk hurting it to win, an event, or what are we up against, right? And it's really important, knowing who you're running. These races, anything can happen. Guys can spin, right? You might be facing a competitor that's, doesn't have the big budgets, and there's not going to do that. So it's just a lot of gambling. That's just it, And NHRA is 8 events, NMCA is 6 events. That's a lot of runs. We'll come out to an NMCA event, And like for instance, like we were testing yesterday, the day before, 3 or 4 or 5 test runs, but we were only running to the 8th mile, because we don't want to put that much wear and tear. We'll learn a lot about the car, on the 60 foot and the 8th mile, get through the gear changes, kind of see what we need to see. And today we're going to have 2 test sessions that we're going to pay for. We're going to run a couple all outs and see where we are. And then Friday, we should maybe have a test, then a qualifying. Saturday we should have 2 qualifyings, and then everyone makes it to elimination. So like when we won Indy, for an example, we had the 2 test sessions. I think we had 3 qualifiers, so there's 5, and then 6. We ran like 9 passes. So you think about that. We can run like 5 to 10 passes in one event, and you do 6 events. There's there's a motor, right? Rebuild a motor. You blow a motor, there's 60, 70 grand. Refreshing and rebuilding a motor, if you're lucky, you're $10,000, $15,000. And and then you got your transmission too. Transmissions need to be rebuilt and repacked and refreshed, and transmissions like 15 grand. For one of these things, and then all sorts of other parts. So it's an awesome class though. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I really want to start doing these videos is because I didn't know anything about this when I started doing it, and get to meet everybody, and then you start to realize the hard work and the dedication. And these are heavy cars. These are 3,600 pounds. And you're pushing 1,500, 1,600 horsepower through a 9-inch rear tire. And that's what makes this class so tough. It's like that's a small tire to put that much weight and that much horsepower to. And so it's like, I mean, this is a pro class in every sense of it. I mean, these are tough cars to run. And you need big budgets. Like, they're expensive. This is an expensive class. There's some the bigger race teams. If you want to race with them, you got to write a check for $350,000 just to run with them. Now they'll take care of your whole car and everything else like that, but that's $350,000, for a season. And the payouts aren't, everyone's like, well, yeah, you win a payout or whatever. Now the nice thing is Dodge this year really stepped up, and they got a $10,000 contingency, if you win with a Dodge Challenger, 2021 Dragpak. So along with the event money, you'll $3,000-$4,000 with contingency. Dodge is gonna, if you're a Dodge and you win, there's 10 grand. So that's a good chunk, but that still goes nowhere near covering your costs. To actually get out here and run these things. So we don't do this to make money and make a living doing it. This is a passion. Yeah, this is a. This is it's a passion. It's fun and it's great. So that's the reason for a lot of these videos is bringing people into our world and into this world. There's so many awesome guys here, that we race with. Everyone's got such a cool story, right? Everyone's where they came from, and they're great people, and we like to go out there and have a lot of fun and put on a show. So I just want to let people know a little bit more about exactly what's involved and what it takes to run these cars. We're going to talk more about like say what we've done, the development, and kind of. Now we're not going to divulge trade secrets and things like that. I always joke, it's like I have a tendency to tell everybody everything. So my team, they keep some of that stuff from me. They'll say we changed a cam. People is, what type of cam you run? I'm like, I don't know. Or what's the stroke under your suspension? I don't know. What's the? I think they don't tell me this on purpose because they don't want it's competitive, right?
Shit.
How much you do?
Damn. Sorry.
I'm putting on a show and just letting people know kind of exactly what it is. Hope people enjoy it. Hope people like the videos, and we're gonna keep doing them as long as we can. Hey guys, this is Dragpak Dennis. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment on the video. That'll let me know if you like what you're seeing. Take care, all. We'll see you next time.